you're a professional?
Are you?
That's it, Clark. Show him who's boss.
Oh, we're all in this together.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the Clark Griswold YouTube channel. I am Mr. Clark Griswold. Thank you guys for being here today for this video. If you are new to the channel or new to the Strat, then welcome to you guys as well. We are about to change the way that you guys trade in the market. If you haven't done so yet, go down below, click that subscribe button, and then hit that bell. That bell is the important part. When you hit that bell, it gives you notifications for when I send out videos just like this one every single day. Hey guys, this is our watch list for Tuesday, June 21st. I send out these videos for you guys every single day. I will remind you there is no trading in the market on Monday, so trading will resume on Tuesday. Like I said, I send out videos like this for you guys every single day. Videos like this, I send out top 5 plays every single day. I send out weekly swings. I send out monthly swings. I've got over 200 videos for you guys to learn the strat. Anything from what the numbers under the candlesticks mean, entries and exits, different setups that the strat has, how to trade Sarah Strat Sniper's 50% rule. What else do I got? There's literally over 200 videos for you guys to go off. How to trade inside bars, outside bars, how to trade the 30 and 30 strategy. Okay, how to play gaps, how to draw broadening formations. I go through everything. I've got a beginner's video playlist. I've got a learning tool playlist. So the list goes on and on of what I'm providing here for you guys. You can also follow me on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. You can ask me any question you need there, okay? Don't think of it as a dumb or silly question. Just ask. I'm here to help you guys. So you can comment tweet right at me or DM me. I get back to everybody, okay? I always reply to you guys. You can do the same thing down below in the comment section of any one of my videos, okay? I apologize for the noise. I'm videotaping this outside right now. I've got family over from Texas and British Columbia, so don't mind the dog that's not mine barking in the background. Anyways, I want to keep this stuff free for you guys, okay? So the way we can do that is when I have a little 15-second ad or 30-second ad, guys, just watch it. Take the little bit of time to watch it. Let the advertisers pay for you guys to learn this stuff, okay? Keep your money in your pocket. Let the advertisers pay for you guys to learn this stuff. And that's how I kind of want to run this. I don't want to have to start a Discord and charge people for the setups and the plays. I really want to keep it free for you guys. And I do spend a lot of time doing these, and that's kind of, I'm just looking for a way to recoup some of that. In saying that, because we are monetized on the channel, I do want to give something back to you guys. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that yet. I don't know how much I'm going to get from this first month of monetization, but whether I do a draw for 25 or 50 or $100 or 4 draws of $25 each, I want to give something back to you guys, because without you guys and subscribing and following, I don't have the monetization. So thank you guys very much for that. I look forward to being able to give something back to you guys as well. So let's get started on this watch list for Tuesday, January 21st. Just like the weekly video, guys, I don't think there's a ton of great plays for setups. There's a lot of them, but I don't think a lot of them are real great. But we'll go through them, and then I'll see if it's worth doing a top 5 video, okay? So let's start off with pins. That's Pinterest. Pinterest has a 2 down. So a 2 down is a bar that breaks only the low of the previous candle. And what we've got here is a 1-2-2 reversal is what we're looking for. So we have an inside bar followed by a 2 down. I'm looking for a 2 up on this one. We can take calls at 1830, puts at 1839. And again, I don't know what this day and this week are going to end up being. We very well could just continue to trend down, or we can go up and the day and the week are red. And that's what I look for on day trades. I look for the hourly, the daily, and the weekly all to be the same color. and that's how I complete my day trades. That gives me a higher probability of the trade working out. And as we get into the month, quarterly, yearly, if those are green, then that's just bonus, and it gives us more confidence that the trade is probably going to work out for us, okay? And nothing is 100% foolproof. I can't always guarantee. We can't guarantee anything in the stock market. Nothing's foolproof. So we base it off of probabilities and what the candlesticks tell us to do. So 1, 2 down, 2 up reversal is what we're looking for. We can take calls at 1830 with our first target at 1839. And then the second target is hunkered up way up here at $19.43. Okay, next up we're going to go to Snap, SNAP. Snap, again, has a 1-2-2 reversal is what we're looking for, so we can take calls on Snap at $12.63, first target at $12.77. And like I said, we are looking for time frame continuity on the day and the week, but until Tuesday opens up, we don't know what this is, and that's why Rob Smith always says, let them open up. So we'll see how this goes on Snap and everything else on Tuesday. Okay, we can go to BAC. BAC has the opposite of a 2 down. We've got a 2 up, but we finished red. Okay, so a 2 up breaks only the high side of the previous candle, and we can look for puts on this one at 31.63. We've got nice magnitude, just under a buck down to 30.84. You can call it magnitude, you can call it a target, you can call it a pivot point, you can call it, say the bulls have their stop losses there. Doesn't matter, guys, they all mean the same thing. Okay, next up we've got Coca-Cola, ticker symbol KO, 2 up, red. We can take puts at $59.13, and right here the day, week, month, and quarterly are all red on this thing. And again, let the day and the week open up to see what we've got, but the month and the quarterly are red. If we go look at the yearly, to flip the yearly to red, we have to come down to, we're going to tag it there at 57.95. We can go back to the daily and see if we hit probably second. We don't even need to hit second targets, okay? If we come through the first target in a little bit, we'll flip that yearly to red, and we will have full time frame continuity to the downside on Coca-Cola. So let's watch this one tomorrow, or on Tuesday, or tomorrow, depends when you're watching the video. Next up is Citigroup. Citigroup has a 2 up, finish red. We can take calls at 46.01. First target is realistically right there. It's pretty tight. The second target you're looking at is 45.55 right down here for puts on Citigroup. CL is up next. CL has this inside bar. Okay, we can take calls on this inside bar at 74.44 or puts at 73.01. Let's see what the day and the week do on Tuesday when they open up. And if you guys don't know about inside bars, I'm going to zoom in here, okay? Inside bars are when I became successful at trading options, it was because of inside bars, okay? And inside bars do not break the high or the low of the previous candle, or a 1 bar when we're talking in terms of the strat, a 1 bar or an inside bar. So it's a tightening range, and it stays within the range of the previous candle. It does not break the high, and it does not break the low of the previous candle. So we stay in that range, and it's tightening. And when I talk about that, you need to think about it as almost like a spring, or becoming spring loaded. And when you look at it in terms of that, when you picture a spring being tightened, and you let it go and release it, it explodes to one direction or the other, and it releases. And you can see, if we go back in time on almost any inside bar, you can see that happens, and the probabilities are high. It doesn't always happen. It's not foolproof, but it does happen more often than not. And you can see on this inside bar, it was a beautiful 3-day run down. This inside bar, we broke to the high side, hit targets, and then reversed back through to become a 3 and an outside bar, but it still worked. This inside bar had a nice break up. Okay, this inside bar did not work as well, but this one worked fantastic. This one worked fantastic. Okay, we can go back and look on all of these. This inside bar right here, fantastic play. This inside bar, look at this gap down. Okay, inside bar, nice break up. So probabilities tell us that it happens more often than not, that these are highly probable setups when we have inside bars, okay? So in reality, this one, because the day and the week have not opened up, I don't really know, or doesn't really matter which way one's going to go. For a higher probability, this thing goes down. We have a higher chance that this trade really, really works out on CL because the month, quarterly, and yearly are all red. Okay. Next up, we've got Roku. Roku had a 2 up that finished 2 up. Why do I have that one on there? I am going to take Roku off of there because we have a 2 up green and we have a hammer candle. So I would suspect this thing to come up. The only thing that would tell me that this would come down is the month, quarterly, and yearly, and that we have a 1, 2 up, and we look for a 2 down reversal off of this thing. And if that happens, this day and this week go red, and everything is red on this time frame continuity, okay? Next up is Square. Square had a 2 down, finish green. So we can look for calls on this thing at 59.53. First targets at 61.17. It's just the top of the wicks that we take these targets, okay? And if we go back and look, we have tagged the bottom of this broadening formation, okay? So we are at possible exhaustion risk on Square. And you can see we've got a lower low, lower low. We've hit the lower low again. And every time we've hit that, we've reversed back to the high side. Okay, lower low to a higher high, and then we came back down. You could have drawn another broadening formation here, back to a higher high, down to a lower low, another broadening formation you could have drawn here, and then we're back down to a lower low. So I'll just draw that in there for you guys so you can see it and what we're looking at. You can draw this any number of which ways. If we go there, we can very simply do even that if we wanted to. Doesn't really matter. We'll do that. Okay, so lower low to higher highs, and then you could have drawn another one here. And that's why I think people get confused on broadening formations, because you can draw broadening formations within a broadening formation, and it starts to get a little messy. So once you can see these, you don't really need them on your chart to actually see them. Once you get your eyes on it more and more and more, the more you do, the easier you'll be able to see these things. It'll just be natural to you guys. Like I always say, like eating or breathing or reading, or whatever you're really good at, it just becomes natural for you guys. Okay, and that's just what happens with more screen time. So anyways, we're looking at block with exhaustion risk here. We've got a 2 down, finish green. We can look for calls at 59.53. Adobe is up next, ADBE. Adobe has a 2 down green. We can look for calls at 367.20 on Adobe. And our first target is right there at 376.12. BIDU. BIDU has a 2 up red. We can look for puts at 137.53. We will hopefully have full time frame continuity to the downside. This looks like a probable trade if we trend down, okay? Comcast CMCSA has a inside bar, okay? One of my favorite plays, as you guys know. Inside bar, we can take calls at 38.83, puts at 37.89. We have target 1 to the bottom, target 1 to the top, okay? And we do have the month, quarterly, and the yearly are all red. So Comcast, if we trend down, I think it's a highly probable trade, okay? CRM at Salesforce has a 2 down green. So a 2 down green gives me a probability of this thing possibly trending back to the upside. We can take calls at 166.23. The time frame is what we have to look at on Tuesday. CVX. I don't think CVX should be on here. We'll leave it as is, okay? We can look at it as trending to the bottom of this broadening formation and possibly tagging it, but I'm going to take CVX off of this list. Datadog, DDOG. Datadog, inside bar. Okay, calls at 87.22, puts at 81.92 on the Datadog inside bar. DraftKings, DKNG, another inside bar for DraftKings. We can take calls on DraftKings at 11.63, puts at $10.78. Edwards Life Sciences, 2 up red. Puts, we're looking for this one at 87.12. First target at 85.60 on EW. TTD is the trade desk. Inside bar on the trade desk. Calls at 47.64. Puts at 44.64. And we have our target set here. And if we look here, our first target to the... Well, it's really the second target, because our first target is sitting... Let's do this. Okay, that comes down. That comes down. There you go. They're basically the same at 47.62. So realistically, first target is up here on this pink line, which is our trigger for the weekly to go 2 up, okay? So again, if we trigger on the day, then it's very possible that we trigger on the week once we hit that first target on the trade desk. Tesla is up next. Tesla, my Tesla, nice inside bar on Tesla. We can take calls at 662.97, puts at 639.95 on this inside bar on Tesla. Full time frame right now to the downside outside of the green day that we had on Friday. Starbucks, also an inside bar. So a few inside bars here, and if I do a top 5, guys, you already know what's going to be on it, so stay tuned for that top 5. We'll go into a little bit more depth on these inside bar plays, okay? So calls at 72.44, puts at 70.77, first target to the bottom, first target to the top, and our second target, I always go through this with you guys if the opportunity arises. I always say set your targets to the top of the wicks unless we have a gap. There's no candle here that fills this spot, okay? So that's what we call a gap, and when we have a gap, our next target becomes the bottom of the wick instead of the top of the wick, okay? So the bottom of the wick becomes our second target. That's on Starbucks. Next up is Roblox. Roblox has an inside bar. The day and the week, yes, they are green, but again, until Tuesday opens up, these become null. We don't even know what these are. The month, quarterly, and the yearly are all red. So again, if we go down, this is a highly probable trade to the downside with puts at 24.57 or calls at 27.26 to the upside. PayPal's got a 2 down green, so we'll look for calls at 73.66. First target 74.11. You guys already know about this time frame continuity down here. Peloton, PTON, inside bar on Peloton. Calls at 9.93, puts at 9.37 on Peloton. Procter & Gamble, inside bar on PG. Calls 134.26, puts 131.43. Can we draw a broadening formation on here? We can. Let's do, where are we looking at here? Really doesn't matter. We can do this. We can do this to that. Okay, and we'll see how that ends up. Okay, lower low, higher high, lower low. Where are we going from here? Where's the next 2? Full time frame is telling us it's to the downside, but again, we don't know what that day in the week brings on Tuesday. That's on Procter & Gamble. Next up, we've got Nike. Nike has an inside bar. We can take calls at 108.56, puts at 105.93, and I have the target set there. There's that gap target that we talked about just a little while ago on Nike. Netflix, 2 up, green with a shooter candle. We are going to look for a 1-2-2 reversal. So a inside bar is a 1, then we have the 2 up. We'll look for a 2 down on this play, especially with the time frame on the the month, quarterly, and yearly all to the downside. And then we have our target set accordingly at the bottom of the wicks on Netflix. MS is Morgan Stanley. Morgan Stanley has a 2 up that finished red. We can look for calls at 72.90, puts at 72. Sorry, puts at 72.69 on Morgan Stanley. MRVL Marvel has a 2 down green hammer candle. We've reached and gone through the bottom of this broadening formation, so we'll look for calls and for this to trend back up at 46.23. There's a broadening formation if we zoom out on Marvel. The spread is not usually great on these guys, but a lower low, lower low, lower low, and we've gone right through the range. We'll look to come back up through that broadening formation on Tuesday. MGM Resorts, 2 down green. Let's look for calls at 28.28 on MGM Grand. MA is MasterCard. Come on, MasterCard. What is going on here? There we go. MasterCard, 2 down green, calls at 314.12. Again, let's watch the time frame continuity on this. We have target 1, target 2 is on those gap fills, okay? It's on MasterCard. Macy's is up next. Ticker symbol is M. Macy's has an inside bar, and it's a pretty tight inside bar. Full time frame to the downside. We'll see how this opens up on Tuesday. Calls at 20.27. Puts at 19.58. And again, we'll talk about exhaustion risk here off of this broadening formation. We haven't taken out these lows, but everything else we've taken out. And guys, sorry for the noise. I hear dogs barking. I hear birds chirping. So if it's coming through, I apologize. Inside bar on Macy's. Lucid is up next. We've only got a couple more here. LCID, inside bar. We can take calls at $16.82, puts at $15.61, and then we have our target set. And again, we are at the bottom of this broadening formation, so this is what we can look for as our reversal back to the upside on LCID. JP Morgan. JP Morgan has a 2 up that finished red. We can look for puts on JPM at 112.16. IWM inside bar, calls at 167.52. Whoops. 167.52 and puts at $163.70 on IWM. GE is General Electric, 2 down green, calls at 66.78 on GE. And Beyond Meat has a play on the weekly as well as the daily. A beautiful double inside bar on Beyond Meat. Double inside bars are super rare, and we've had some really, really great success with these double inside bars over the past month in June. So this is one for sure we will be watching. We'll see how this week and this day turn out. We can take calls at 24.87. I'd like to see puts here at 23.38 for a higher probability trade. Okay, on this double inside bar, and I guarantee you guys this will be the play that I will probably be watching the most on Tuesday, okay? But make sure you check out the top 5 video. I will put one out. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Subscribe down below. Click that bell. Watch the videos. Keep this stuff free. Guys, enjoy your weekend and enjoy your trading week next week. We will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.